My job is to lead the operational training team, and what we do is we make sure that all of our staff are trained and equipped to meet the challenges of modern policing, and that includes everything from personal safety training, which is the use of handcuffs and batons and also unarmed defence techniques, right the way through to tactical medic training, rope training that you can see going on behind us today, evidence gathering, and also public order. We work closely with the Learning and Development Department of Avon and Somerset Constabulary, but also with the Specialist Ops team. Everything that we train has to have a purpose and a context in operational policing, and we make sure that what we're training is the right training for what the police officers and the organisation need. Probably the biggest challenge for us is to make sure that the training is current, and that it's exciting, and that people get out of it what they need. We're always looking for new locations to deliver training, and also new methodologies of delivering it, so that people come away with the confidence that actually the skills we've given them are, in a good place for going out to deliver operational policing. Well, first of all, I think it's a real privilege to do this role. I think policing is a privilege, full stop. But actually, to be involved in operational training is an extraordinary privilege. It's also very exciting. The kind of work that we get involved in is the kind of work that most people would say they'd probably do it whether they were being paid or not, and that's the way that I feel about it. But it's also very challenging, and I think it's really important to be challenged on a day-to-day basis to keep your interest. Rather than being proud of anything I've done, I'm proud of the work that my team do. There was an incident earlier this week, which has been in the national press, where very brave police officers have apprehended someone who was posing a real threat and danger to society. And whilst we can't take credit for their bravery, there is without a doubt some element of the training that we've delivered to them at some point would have come into play to allow them to do that job. And it's that kind of, I suppose, it's that side of the job or of the role that makes me feel most proud. Educationally, I left school with a handful of GCSEs, and I'm actually now back at university part-time, studying a degree in crowd safety management, which has real relevance to the job that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. If people want to get into the police service, I would recommend that they look at the Force website, find out about the Force ride-along scheme, where they can actually come out and sit in a patrol car, go to police briefings and find out what it's all about. I would also recommend becoming a volunteer and joining the Special Constabulary to get a real hands-on inside look at what it's all about. But for people that want to get involved in their specialist ops side of the business, I would say they need to make themselves available. They need to get involved, and they may need to do that in their own time, or to speak to people within the organisation to find their own opportunities really, and get as much exposure as they possibly can. The one thing I think people need to understand, and this comes from the media primarily, is that you often hear on the news about riot police, and the fact is that we don't have any riot police. What we have are ordinary police officers, neighbourhood cops, men and women, who, when the time comes, put on some specialist protective equipment to go out and meet the threat or challenge that happens to be coming down the line. And once they've done that particular job, they go back to being normal cops again. At the end of the day, they go home, mums and dads, brothers and sisters, and they're just normal people doing quite an extraordinary job.